The bridge of the Eternal Dominion hummed with quiet efficiency as Admiral Kareth surveyed the tactical display. Earth hung before them like a blue marble, serene and unaware. The third planet from an unremarkable yellow star, inhabited by a species that had barely achieved faster-than-light travel. "Admiral, all strike groups are in position," his tactical officer reported, mandibles clicking with anticipation. Kareth's 3 eyes narrowed with satisfaction. In his 2 centuries of service to the Confluence, he had overseen the subjugation of 17 species. The humans would be the 18th. They had ignored the Confluence's ultimatum, refused to surrender their independence, and now they would face the consequences. "Begin the bombardment," Kareth ordered. "Target their military installations first, then their population centers. Make it swift." The orbital strike lasted 4 hours. When it was over, Earth's communications networks were dark. Its military bases were smoking craters. Its cities were silent tombs. Kareth watched the destruction with the detachment of a surgeon performing a necessary operation. The humans had been given a choice. They had chosen poorly. "Send in the occupation forces," Kareth commanded. "Secure whatever resources remain. Mark this day in the Confluence records. Humanity has been neutralized." He left Earth orbit that very cycle, confident in his victory. After all, what could a primitive species do against the might of the Confluence? 3 standard years later, Kareth found himself running. The Eternal Dominion shuddered as another plasma burst tore through its aft shields. Alarms shrieked across the bridge while crew members scrambled to contain the cascading failures spreading through the ship's systems. "Evasive maneuvers," Kareth barked, gripping the command throne as the deck tilted violently. "Return fire." "Sir, their targeting is too precise. They're anticipating every move." His tactical officer cried out, all 4 of his arms working frantically across the weapons console. On the main view screen, the human vessel pursued them with relentless determination. It was smaller than the Dominion, sleeker, built for speed and violence. Its hull bore no official markings, only a name painted in crude human script, Reckoning, and it was commanded by Captain Elias Ward. Kareth had learned that name well over the past 3 years. Ward had been off-world when Earth fell, returning to find his home reduced to ashes and his family erased from existence. What emerged from that grief was something the Confluence had never encountered, a human with nothing left to lose. Ward had started small, raiding supply convoys, destroying communication relays, assassinating Confluence officials, but he hadn't remained small. Other humans, scattered survivors hiding in the outer colonies, had flocked to his banner. Then other species, those who had suffered under Confluence rule, began to join him. What began as one man's vendetta became a rebellion that spread across a dozen sectors, and Ward never forgot who had given the order to destroy Earth. "Jump to hyperspace," Kareth commanded. "Jump drives are damaged, Admiral. We need at least 10 minutes to repair." The ship rocked again. Through the viewport, Kareth could see escape pods launching from his own vessel, crew members abandoning ship. He couldn't blame them. The Reckoning had been hunting them for 6 months, appearing wherever they fled, striking with surgical precision before vanishing into the dark. "Admiral, incoming transmission," the communications officer announced, voice trembling. It's Captain Ward." Kareth's blood ran cold. On screen, the human's face appeared before him. Ward looked older than his years, weathered by war and grief. His eyes held no mercy, only a cold, calculated fury that Kareth recognized all too well. He had seen it in mirrors after his own victories. "Admiral Kareth," Ward said, his voice eerily calm. "You have led me on quite the chase across the galaxy. 17 systems, 43 stations. Every time you dock, every time you think you're safe, I find you." "You cannot win, human," Kareth replied, forcing steel into his voice. "Even if you destroy me, the Confluence will send 100 more fleets." "The Confluence is collapsing," Ward interrupted. "Right now, my allies are liberating their occupied worlds. Your empire is burning, Admiral, and you lit the match the day you silenced Earth." Ward leaned forward. "You taught us an important lesson that day. You taught us that mercy is weakness, that hesitation is fatal, that when someone comes for everything you love, you don't negotiate, you don't surrender." Another impact. The lights flickered. You hunt them until there's nothing left but echoes. Kareth realized then what should have been obvious from the beginning. Humans didn't fight wars the way civilized species did. They didn't calculate acceptable losses or negotiate honorable surrenders. When you struck at their heart, they became something else entirely, something ancient and terrible that had clawed its way to the top of Earth's food chain through sheer, bloody-minded persistence. My jump drives are ready. Admiral, his helmsman whispered. Kareth looked at the human on the screen one last time. Ward's expression hadn't changed. That same cold, patient fury that promised he would never stop, never tire, never forgive. Jump, Kareth ordered. Anywhere. Just jump. The Eternal Dominion vanished into hyperspace, fleeing deeper into the galaxy's unexplored reaches. Behind them, the Reckoning set a pursuit course. In the 3 years since Earth went silent, Admiral Kareth had learned to fear the dark between stars. Because somewhere in that darkness, Captain Elias Ward was always hunting, always following. A ghost born from humanity's ashes, teaching the galaxy a lesson that would echo for generations. Never make humanity go silent. They'll spend forever making sure you never stop screaming.